The ladies on my vintage Moschino jacket and I are all very happy to announce the launch of my new and improved website, which is still at wendybrandes.com, but more fabulous than ever. And it was only 4 years in the making. The website includes some beautiful new images we've shot of jewelry on models, so you can see how it will look. And it's also organized in a new way. I've spoken before and I've written a lot about how my different lines are inspired by the metal I use. So now the collections are officially Wendy Brandes Gold, Wendy Brandes Platinum, Wendy Brandes Silver. There's also Wendy Brandes Wedding, and who knows, there might be a few more Wendy Brandes things coming. But that's how the collections are split up right now, because they all have a very distinct look based on the metal that I use. We're also thrilled to finally have drop downs on certain styles, so that in the Platinum line, for instance, even though Platinum inspired that collection, because I have to be nice to my customers who want what they want, I also will offer some pieces in gold and silver. And now instead of all those things being on separate pages, you just go to, say, the Arrowhead Lariat and use the drop down and you can see Platinum, gold, and silver. I think we went through 3 developers or 4 in the 4 years that this thing has been in the works. And I've been doing websites, sort of working on complicated professional websites since 1995. And let me tell you, for some reason, it never gets easier. There's always a challenge. We have just our saintly developer now, who's a great woman that I've worked with for quite a while. But there always seems to be a problem between developers understanding the user side and, making sure, I'm not like slamming all developers because my father is a software programmer, but, you've got to kind of have the full thing. You've got to have the software working correctly in the background, and you actually have to be able to check things out. So that would be, check it right out and pay for it, not just look at it. So that always seems to be a challenge, and it was really, I gotta tell you, this was really a painful experience. A lot of people especially people who have no experience in this, advise me with things like, just use Shopify. And the word just always gets to me. It sounds like, oh, it's so simple. Why didn't you think of this already in the past 4 or 5 or 10 years, or however long you've been doing something? And we did consider Shopify. It turned out that another service, Magento, is more expandable in the way that we need it to be, but it's still a similar thing. And if you're starting something fresh, if you're starting a brand new site, then that's fine. Then you load everything up the first time. But if you have an old site with hundreds of products on it, and you don't have, say, like the IT department of Neiman Marcus or Bergdorf's or Barney's, then you have to migrate all of those things. And you can, what they would say is, scrape the site and help put that content in there, but you still have to go through every page and, categorize things correctly, fix inventory, fix information that might have been updated. And I had to show Mr. B, my husband, just because he's always kind of fighting with software, so I had to show him this software was actually very intuitive to use, but it's just a little tedious. And when I showed him the 49 or something pages we needed to put in all the size options and all the metals and all the made to order options on a single ring design, he fled the room screaming. I find this with jewelry manufacturing too, that people are really used to not seeing labor anymore, and they feel that things are very automated and computerized and easy. And I have to explain to them that if there are 400 1mm stones on one of my rings, that a guy I know has sat there and set each stone one by one. There's no way to sort of sprinkle them on and make it easy. And there's no way to take a huge website and migrate it so it's all functional and all perfect and just have it work like that. There's people involved in everything. Remember, other people are involved. So please go check it out, wendybrandes.com. And like I said, of course we try to make it as perfect and beautiful as possible. But if you see anything malfunctioning, please let me know right away, and we will fix it all up. And we're really, I keep saying we. I'm referring to my right-hand woman, Erin, who's sitting in back of the camera right now. And she did a lot of work of, putting up these pages, and it's tedious and painful. So thank you, Erin, for doing all this work. And boy, are we happy it's done. Thank you, Avanti, my developer. If anyone's looking for a great developer who's very easy to work with and understands the customer experience, I'm always happy to recommend her. And I guess the only thing left is to say, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you hear all about our other exciting projects for 2018.